Continuing page 25, providing a hint of what the future of American education is going to be like is a Goals 2000 program that has been adopted in 40 states. The Parents as Teachers, or PAT program. It is a program that would be more aptly termed the Teachers as Parents program. Under the plan, children are given a personal computer code number by which they can be tracked for the entirety of their life, and a parent educator visits the homes of students a minimum of 8 times a year to see that mom and dad are giving Junior his tranquilizers and doing their bit in programming a good little robot. And that, at the end of the day, when you take time to really, digest that and meditate on that, that's like, in these societies and these positions, I don't know how deep you done went in, down the rabbit hole, but, if you ever heard of the term controller, you know, uh, if you ever hear about the MK Ultra and they got the controllers or whatnot, like that's what it sounds like. You know what I mean? Now you done took this teacher and put them in a position above the parent, and this is Esau's philosophies and thoughts and his thinking. You know what I'm saying? That's why they don't see nothing wrong with now you could be transgender. I was listening to Apostle Tahar yesterday, and he was saying how, at one point in time, Esau was following certain laws and statutes, and they were incorporated into the society. But to show you how much he's truly anti against Yahweh Shah and Yahweh, look, that's why you, like I said, now you got, come on, these people are the same people that said they were going to sue God for, being the flood. Yeah. That's what you fucking with. So when people say it's far fetched or you crazy for thinking that these people can do this, this is what these people mindset is. How the fuck you go sue the creator that created you? You know what I mean? And to show you how you got to reel in a trick bag, because like I said, don't get me wrong, the Most High has blessed the Edomites with acknowledge left-handed knowledge to the extent, with just, the nuclear bomb. Yeah, not even that. Like with Tesla, we believe was an Israelite. And while they say that, at first it took me a minute to see it, but I believe it for multiple reasons. For one, ever since I was a child, I I knew about Tesla. You got people that didn't know about Tesla. Like for whatever reason, the Most High had me, be introduced to this man and what he did. And most Israelites, they might get something in Esau society, but they die broke. Esau takes it back. It's part of the curses. Tesla died broke. Now he appeared to look like an Edomite, but no, Tesla was actually I feel in the spirit he was a J. And then the brother Gabar out of Men of Valor camp, he speaks on it, because you got, men in this thing that get mad because for whatever reason the Most High is weeding women out your path. I can speak on that myself. Like before I was in the truth, I would be able to, get a shot of Kabak here and there. Well, not here and there, but I was never a horn dog just chasing it all day. But now it's like I'm like on a lonely desert. But you know what? It took me a minute to actually realize that. When you realize what Paul went through, Because when you get into the truth to a certain point and you really start to see the world for what it is, a lot of this shit disgusts you. Now, don't get me wrong. I still see women, I'll be like, oh yeah, she fine. Or, ooh, or the lust demon jump on me. But as far as like just really, like, it would be pointless to try and see that I see a woman, she fine. I'm like, oh yeah, I'm gonna bring her the truth. Because 9 times out of 10, most of these women go buck up against it. Or she off into some shit. Most recently, I was on, I mean, not to digress, I'm gonna get back into the chapter, but I just wanted to say this. Like, I was just on the bus, and I had a demon problems. You know what I mean? Like some real harsh affliction with these demon problems. And it was a chick on the bus, and she was. I'm talking about from the looks of it. First impressions are one thing, and then a person. It's a saying that they say as far as when you first impressions, everybody got they representative on call. Meaning you never meet the person how they really is off the first. What I mean, you meet an image. You don't meet their real true selves. You get what I'm saying? So she seemed like she was cool. What I mean, she had two, and she was flirting like way. What I mean, because her baby was up there, and I got children, so her baby was doing something, and I looked at the baby, and the baby just and the baby laughed. What I mean? So then she seen that, so she looking at me, and she smiled. So I just looked at her. What I mean? I forgot how to flirt. This woman done messed me up so bad. So then that shit, she got to talking about because it was another lady on the bus. She got like an infant baby, a newborn that she had like her maybe 2 year old, and the 2 year old falling asleep. She was a nice looking chick, but then I like say then she was there. She was like, "Oh yeah, baby, don't let her fall asleep and all this, and you gonna be okay. Maybe you need some help." She like, "No, I got this." She was like, she got to explain her situation. Oh, my baby daddy locked up and all this. She look at me and I'm looking at her and I'm thinking to myself, as thirsty as I am and as much as I would pop her, you know what I'm saying? I ain't trying to go ahead like I done just got out of quicksand, right? Keep that shit, you know what I'm saying? Like Paul said, I would rather you be like me. Because if you have a woman pleased to dwell with you, let her dwell, but you shall have trouble in the flesh. And take the time to think about this. That's over 2,000 years ago. You know what I'm saying? That men were having women with issues with women, and we were more looked to like a man was put in a higher position in society back then as opposed to today. But you still had unruly. I mean, it's scriptures in the Bible that say, like Solomon said, it's better to dwell. It's basically he break it down. It's better to be homeless than deal with a bitch that's just and I have done that. And I think about that shit like that. I'm like, damn, you know what I'm saying? That's how you can't tell me that it ain't no curses. You know what I mean? Like you have had men lose their families because they chasing after pussy or chasing after. Oh, I ain't do none of that. To explain that, you know what I'm saying? These curses only fit a particular people. And that's why I posted on Vocab's I don't like that dude. I like how, the the elder, he used honey, you know what I mean? Like I don't like Vocab. Because like I said, you can clearly see he a snake. You know what I'm saying? Like this motherfucking snake ass dude, you know what I mean? And then but everything is for edification because at the end of the day, I seen some things out of there. It shows you how worldly he is. He talking about, oh yeah, this guy got 35,000 viewers. I'm like, what the fuck that mean? But that just show you something. The Messiah only had 84 disciples. And he was doing miracles. So that proves that, he raised the people from the dead and everything. So that proves to you that it's not about numbers. So like, yeah, I didn't mean to go that long with this. I'm about to end this chapter though, but I felt I needed to read that because, what year was this? This is like 2003 too. It says another offshoot of GOES 2000 is the Oregon option, which was signed into being on December 5th, 1994 by the entire Clinton cabinet and members of the Oregon Congress, congressional delegation. This program was developed by the administrations of former Oregon governors Mark Hatfield and Neil Goldschmidt and was drafted under the direction of Goldschmidt, a member of the Trilateral Commission. If you're familiar with any of those, what are they called? Those think tanks, because you got like the Bilderberg Group and the Committee of 300 and Trilateral Commission. Persons backing the plan include members of the Council on Foreign Relations, the World Bank, the Carnegie Foundation, the Rand Corporation. One of the main thrusts of the Oregon option is to seamlessly transition children from school into the industrial workforce with apprenticeships provided by large corporations. So that make you wonder, like the futuristic movies where you see like Star Trek, like you go to the Federation school and then boom, you on a starship. Yeah, that shit funny. Again, under the Oregon option, all children conceived in Oregon are entered into a huge database. Did not know that. That's why I like reading out these books sometimes because it always brings some truth to light. All expectant parents will be required to attend parenting classes. God damn. Once this child, I didn't say God, I said God. God damn. Once the child is attending school, home visits will be undertaken by school teachers and administrations to determine if the family is fit for rearing the child. Now take the time to think about this. They want you to go through all this shit and the teacher, but yet still you living in the day and age and society where the teacher's fucking the children. They fucking the students, but they talking about you still gotta, hey man, I would be like, suck my dick. You know what I'm saying? Before you try to suck my child. You know what I'm saying? Like, you bitch. That's crazy. Those families deemed to be unfit or offering developmental neglect can be ripped asunder. Damn, so they could take your child from you. See, that's what it's all about. It ain't about really trying to fucking worry about It's about, like I said, trying to see, basically, to split up the home. You know what I'm saying? Then the child is in foster care or some shit like that. Then you probably, and then it's already proven that them foster care homes don't be that well. I've been locked up with guys that went to foster care, and they'll tell you, a lot of the reason why they to the where they got to then is because at the end of the day, you got, I mean, don't get me wrong, you got some people out there that really truly love, like one in a million. You know what I mean? Like that's far and few between. Majority of people do that for the income. I know dudes talking about they was fucking their foster mothers. Come on, man. It says those families deemed to be unfit or offering developmental neglect can be ripped asunder, with children shuttled into foster homes or state-run facilities. It says the current estimate of the number of U.S. school children being drugged with Ritalin is 3 to 5%, or in excess of 2 million kids. Since most of the children to whom the drug is given are male, it has been estimated that 10 to 12% of all male school children in the U.S. between the age of 6 and 14 are being zombified with Ritalin. And if you actually go into the numbers even more, it's majority Jake male children that's on Ritalin. I fucked with a female that son was on Ritalin. And when you really look at what they say are the basically the diagnosis of this disorder that they basically say why they want to justify putting a person on Ritalin, it's what any child would do. Children are hyperactive. Children, what I'm saying? Children have short attention spans, but they don't, oh, you got to be on drugs. You know what I mean? Like, these motherfuckers the devil, man. Like, real talk, man. And then, like I said, have you ever seen a child on Ritalin? You could tell they high. They like, I mean, it ain't even no regular, man, they be looking like they stoned, like they on some fucking heroin or something. This drugging is being done because of alleged brain malfunctions that cause the children to be hyperkinetic or hyperactive. That's the spirit. In most cases, the children have been diagnosed by their teachers. Right. So they take the teacher is not a physician. So how can they actually diagnose some shit like that? Man, that's what I'm saying. This is the world you live in, though. We live in a world where your politicians is get caught fucking with children. That like for instance, I don't know if that dude Jeff Epstein got killed or if he got let out. It could be either or. You get what I'm saying? He was high up the food chain, but not high enough that because you got certain people that never go to court, never step foot in the courtroom. But at the same time, I do know this. He was sitting up there talking about naming names. Obviously he was naming names when they was talking about, oh, he was kicking it with Trump. He was kicking it with Clinton. So, you know what I mean? So I can see either or, you know what I'm saying? Like, at the end of the day. But you live in a day and age where your politicians get caught in scandal after scandal. It says the main problems that drugs are supposedly used to handle are classed as attention deficit disorder, ADD, and attention deficit hyperactivity disorder, ADHD. These conditions have in fact never been proven to exist outside of the imagination of medicos and sociotrists, but instead are catcalls that include a wide variety of common childhood problems, including ability to concentrate, nervousness, fidgeting, interpreting people, interrupting people, and disciplinary problems. Let me get this scripture real quick because I'm about to end this. Because now that just proved that, like I say, that shit really don't even exist, but yet still, and it's be mainly our people. Like I said, that bitch was giving her son. I was like, man, I'm so glad I ain't got no kids by this bitch because you can't tell a nigga bitch shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, why is you giving this baby this shit? You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't tell me shit. This is my baby. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is book of Jeremiah 4:22. For my people is foolish. They have not known me. They are sottish. When you go into that word sottish, H5530. Silly, foolish, but in actuality, in the Bible I got, it says stupid. You know what I mean? Like, and it's talking about Israelites. They're stupid. We are stupid. You know what I mean? Sottish, stupid. Children, and they have no understanding. They are wise to do evil, but to do good, they have no knowledge. At the end of the day, you're going to trust in your oppressor that don't. I mean, you still seeing to this day that they killing you, they don't like you. And then you got some jakes that'll sit up there and be a nigga, but not stupid. They know they just keeping their mouth shut. But then when, like I said, they start losing these benefits, that one they gonna want to speak up. By that time, it's gonna be fucking too late. You know what I'm saying? Like at the end of the day, listen, that recession coming. You know, he did his part. You know what I'm saying? But to show you how it's coming quicker than what everybody believed, he was supposed to get in the office again. He up there, they talking about we got to lay off the tariffs because we trying to get reelected again. You know, he literally sitting up there actually acknowledging it and keeping it real. He say those tariffs we are paying for them, the taxpayers in America. I pay taxes now, so yeah, I can say we. So at the end of the day, like I pay taxes and I pay them now. So at the end of the day, though, he keeping it real. That's why he leaned off of him because he's hoping, you know, they got to keep this shit sustained because they hoping that by Christmas everybody gonna spend money to keep it. Without a healthy, without jobs and people spending money in the economy, your country can't flourish. You know what I'm saying? The stupidity of these people, they done sit all these big $1 million corporations, then let them go overseas. So now they don't pay taxes in America. This is the whole point of Trump being in office was to try to keep this bitch afloat as long as he could. You know what I mean? Like at the end of the day, destruction is inevitable. Like there's no way around it. I don't give a fuck if it was a team of Trumps. You know what I mean? Your system is based off of debt. And who is in the most debt more than any other country? America. You know what I mean? Like, we owe trillions of fucking dollars to the motherfucking, you know what I mean? Like, the IMF and all that. We owe trillions, you know what I mean? They talking about to the point where no matter how we get taxed, our kids still gonna be left with debt. You know what I mean? Like, let me read. That's pretty much it. Hold on, let me read this part. What is this talking about? I'm gonna read this part because I ain't mean this to go that long, but I want to get this out. It says television. I'm gonna read this. It says poor nutrition fostered by parents either too poor, irresponsible, or dumbed down themselves provide decent food for their kids, encouraged by a criminal food production industry more intent on moving cheap, sugar-coated, chemically dyed, pesticide, poisoned swill than in providing healthy food, which is actually facts. You know what I mean? We're not eating real fucking food. Most of this shit is GMO. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, but you bring facts and a motherfucker look at you like you crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like, for instance, it was one simple fact, and to show you how these people really the fucking devil, it was one simple fact. It's a known fact. You can't really think of too many Israelite or Jakes that became serial killers or went into a fucking Walmart or McDonald's and just became a mass murderer. Yeah, we kill each other, but you know, you got most Jakes. I don't give a fuck. He's the hardest core Jake in the hood. He a lightweight move out the way of Esau. And don't get me wrong, you got some Jakes that are, but I'm saying for the most part, that's Edomites. You know what I mean? And when that was put out there, because you know, you got the most violent people on this earth are these Edomites. When that was put out there, what did Trump daughter do? Well, you got to remember, you know, when you had them two mass shootings by Edomites, she said, oh, there was 51 people that were shot. No, it was 59 people shot in Chicago. But there's no proof of all of them was Jakes that shot. You know what I mean? Like, you know, so the thing I'm doing right now, you know, we got a contract with ODOT and CMHA. So either you doing an ODOT or you doing a CMHA. The CMHA do, they cleaning out or evicting people out of the apartments. They said they went in there, come to find out the feds actually had a sting on certain people down there. They went in there, cleaned the shit out. They found a gun, a radio, and some kind of like fucking internet thing. They took it and gave it to the police. They got a rifle with a fucking beam on that bitch. They tell him it's a BB gun. I say, huh? Why is he breaking his neck to tell you it's a BB gun? You know what I mean? Like, I don't believe that bitch was a BB gun. What the fuck do you need a BB gun with a scope on? I mean, it ain't a scope, it's a beam. You know what I'm saying? Like, the beam costs more than a fucking BB gun. But you telling me that you took the time to go buy a beam to put on the fucking BB gun. Like, get the fuck out of here, man. Unless it's like one of those, like, competition guns or some shit like that. I can see, and you can't put no beam on that because that'll break. Them competition guns cost money. They might be 10,000 or something like that. But man, like I said, they'll tell a fool any fucking thing. Like I said, I don't believe that. And for you didn't ask no explanation, but they want to just tell, oh, it's a BB gun. Like the fuck out of here. That, you know what I'm saying? Like that. Yeah, okay, I believe you. Yeah, right. You gotta remember, these are the same people. I don't fuck with Martin Luther King, but I ain't saying they ain't kill him. How about that? At the end, they say television and other media. Kids are estimated to watch 6 hours per day of electronic medium deliberately designed to foster a short attention span. With quick 3 to 5 second visual cuts, purposely stimulating the kind of artificial agitation that induces a child to respond to commercials, which is true. That's why you got all these people that sit up there and pay millions of dollars for fucking 30 seconds on fucking Super Bowl Sunday. You know what I mean? Yeah, Super Bowl. You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, they know them ads gonna sit, and it's statistic, it's proven. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you, because that's the most watched event in American history type shit. You know what I mean? Like, so if you get man, it says another negative aspect of the pop media is the abundance of sexual and violent images decimated via TV, movies, hyper-violent video games like Mortal Kombat, and music with violent, sexual, gangster, ghetto rap. There are many studies showing that when television is introduced to a community, that violent acts double over the course of a few years, which I can believe. You got to remember, I grew up in a generation homosexuality was not promoted. I grew up in a generation cursing wasn't even allowed on TV. You wouldn't hear damn or hell like that. Nah, you get there, you hearing bitch on like regular TV. I'm talking about not even the TV that you need the little Wi-Fi thing to get to. You know what I mean? I'm talking about your basic regular TV that they still allowing you to watch. Like, you got cuss words and all kind of, you got, man, come on. And that's the thing about Esau. Esau has studied all the I mean, this is not by coincidence what he's doing. That's why we call him the fucking devil. This ain't just like you happenstance did this on mistake. No, you know, because they've studied the mind. You know what I mean? Like, they know what the fuck they doing. That's why you ain't gonna have no way to slither up out of it. You got a judgment coming. You know what I mean? Like, that's just like, for instance, a man that actually had kids with a woman, see another woman and leave off. Now, I say the scripture, you still supposed to take care of them kids. That's in the Bible. Yeah, for whatever reason, you and her might not get along, but you still supposed to take care of them kids. So, like I say, you know this. You knew this when you put the babies in there. So at the end of the day, you got a judgment coming, dude. As an example of the character of current media that's aimed at children while waiting in the office recently, I was surprised to find a depiction of a full female nudity when I picked up a Batman comic. Yeah, it's in the comic books and all that. They got the homosexuality in the comic book. They just took X-Men and made certain characters gay. And then, you know, they got different kind of comic books on X-Men. So in certain comic books, certain members ain't gay. In certain comic books, some of them gay. You know what I mean? Because they trying to appease the world. You know what I mean? That's how it go, though. Batman coming for the first time in many years. Far be it from me to put down female nudity, but such images are certain to provide a potent distraction to children entering puberty, as well as to encourage a eugenics-friendly playboyism of the kind advocated by Hugh Hefner himself, an admitted accolade of eugenist Alfred Kinsey. I did not know that. They said, so Hugh Hefner probably was up in the upper echelon of the, you know what I mean? Families who have taken Dr. Spock or New Age amalgam to heart are another source of problems in childhood discipline. For a kid whose role model is Tupac, which it shouldn't be. I mean, to show you how that scripture in Luke, I'm going to get it real quick. Luke 12:2, about how what's done in the dark will come to the light. This is the book of Luke 12:2. For there is nothing covered that shall not be revealed, neither hid that shall not be known. You know, like for years, everybody thought that Tupac was really standing up for us and all that. You come to find out, like the one brother from Dallas did that video about the whole thug life thing, and that come from Hinduism, and you come to find out Tupac. It's a guy on here that got a channel. I can't even think of the damn name of the channel. But he exposed Tupac. He showed the pictures. Tupac, they actually created Tupac. He didn't just come like that. The environment didn't shape him. The Most High didn't shape him. They created him. Tupac went to like art school, and he went to like how we got a Cleveland School of Arts. He went to like an art school and a drama school. He did ballet, all kind of shit. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, Tupac had nothing but police around him. His entourage was like policemen that were actually gang members. So if you don't believe that the police and the gangs are affiliated, because they all Masons to a certain degree. I ain't gonna say all of them are, you know what I mean, but in certain levels, I just was reading at the beginning of the chapter. You know what I mean? They infiltrated education. They infiltrated the media. They infiltrated politics. They infiltrated pretty much everything. You know what I mean? That's why they control the fucking world. It says, Ice-T, Kiss, or Marilyn Manson, and whose fantasies are fed by the quick-cut, toxified kink of MTV. Time out is not going to be effective disciplinary action. And at the end of the day, I ain't gonna say it's all of them, but at the same time, you got people that sit up there and speak on the fact of what kind of garbage is coming on TV, but then they won't actually regulate what their children watching. That's what you got. I mean, you live in a day and age. If your children watching some bullshit, like I could sit up there and say, I have no power over because my children ain't around me. But that's why when I did used to watch TV with them, I would actually, mine's babies, so they even more susceptible. They really sponges. I watch that all day because you can sit up there and say something, next thing you know, they saying it. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, at the end of the day, but we live in a day and age. You got parental controls. You could allow your kids to get on certain websites or not get on the internet at all. You can actually control what channels they go to. So like I said, it really ain't no. That's why I say it's a balance to all this. You know what I mean? But we do live in a day and age where you got parents working 3 jobs and shit. You know what I'm saying? That was what I wanted to bring out because of the simple fact. It says it in this book, this page 28. Little parental contact with kids at all. The prevailing economy, regardless of the praises of Rape Gate Bill, is designed so that both parents usually have to slave full-time, leaving very few moments for contact with the kids. The situation of the single parent family is usually worse, and that's true. You know what I'm saying? And to show you how the curses affect, like I was trying to avoid my family. I mean, I grew up in a single family household. So my one thing in life is not to have my children grow up with a single family household. Yet and that ain't no fucking curse. And I tried to prevent it though. So fuck out of here. Fuck a vocab and G-Man and all these people that's set up to come and try and debunk what we believe. See, that's the beautiful thing about a belief. You can believe whatever the fuck you want to believe. I'm going to believe what I believe. We going to figure out who was right when them clouds get cracked. You know what I'm saying? Finally, there's a problem with the nature of Salakia. Finally, there's a problem with the nature of public schooling itself, which is already showed you is programming. You know what I mean? Like I said, that's why I wanted to try and homeschool my children. But then, best believe, it's a put it like this, because with most of them homeschooling programs, you got to follow a curriculum that they set up. You get what I'm saying? So it's really like it's just like how it said in the book of Ezekiel. You're gonna eat your food defiled. No matter how much you try to be on the health food kick, that's just like this water. You drinking water out of a plastic bottle. Plastic causes cancer, so it could be the most pH balanced, cancer resistant water in the world. You still fuck around and susceptible to it because you're drinking out of plastic. Then on top of it, who's to say that's actually this water that just because it's said on a bottle don't necessarily mean that it's actually, you know what I mean? We live amongst devils. You get what I mean? Like people don't want to hear what I bring up. I mean, tell me when I lied though. You gotta remember, we dealing with the same people that used to sit up there and buck break men. They would take the biggest man and in front of his fucking wife and kids, pop him in the ass. Now tell me that didn't happen though. Debunk that. And then when I bring it up, now you're offended? Like the bitch said, oh, you're offended. Yeah, that's offensive. You know, he like, bitch, is you serious? It's offensive that you even up here talking to me. Like, bitch, they about to smack the dog shit out of you. You know what I'm saying? Like, at the end of it's offensive when a bitch could just pop her neck. And that's why I say, I can't wait till it goes back to old days. Don't get me wrong. You ever seen the book of Eli where he was up there like, he wanted to go help her, but the spirit was already like, keep on the path. That bitch was getting raped. Help! All right, the fuck? Come on, man. Like I say, I bet you shut the fuck up in that day. Finally, there is a problem. And then they sitting up there saying, oh, look at this nigga crazy. I'm not going to rape anybody. Second of all, rape is all in the fucking Bible. The same Bible that, you can't swear on the Bible. But it's motherfuckers getting raped in that bitch. Come on, man. Like, get your dumb. I got people sitting up here talking about, I done said stuff that ain't true. And I'm like, huh? I got offended because I'm like, nigga, anything I told you, you can go look up. We make it a point that what we say is factual. But did you even go look it up? You probably went and talked to somebody else that ain't looked the shit up either. And because y'all feel that's what I'm saying, that's stupidity. It say seek out ye own salvation. You know what I mean? So that means you get. It say study to show thyself approved. You supposed to go. It say a king search out a thing. It say the Most High. It's a pleasure of the Most High to hide a thing, and for a king to go search it out. You motherfuckers just want to be given some shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, you ain't saying shit. Yeah, you think this. You got motherfuckers content with this kind of lifestyle though. This life's. I mean, you know what I mean? Like the fuck. The one brother from Dallas and London did that video. When you really figure out that this motherfucker systematically oppresses you, where you, I mean, like I said, like they own just all the property, and like you in the Bible, that's why everybody was given a certain amount of land, so nobody would have to pay fucking rent. I'm done. That shit just pissed me off because, like I said, you got these stupid ass people. Then they looking at me like I'm crazy. Like, bitch, I get frustrated and I be doing a video. You don't know what the fuck I'm doing here. I know I ain't doing what your dumb ass doing. Probably smoking a fucking rock. You know what I mean? Like, with that, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory. Call halal Allah Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shah by Hashem. That's what the thumb. Double honors to the apostles and elders. A great millstone who taught me this truth. Peace and salutations to the Akim around the four corners of the earth, pushing the truth for faith and sincerity, risking their lives and the freedom to do so. Shalom to the Akwat and the Akim out there listening and learning. Lord willing, it was an edifying video. Shalom to the confusion of faith, brethren, join onto our ranks. Adawan Ratazam able to come at you with another lesson. Until then, Lord willing, shalom, shalom, and a Bible ball.